More encouraging news when it comes to the number of COVID patients in area hospitals. 81 new patients were admitted today, the lowest one-day admissions in a month. But the St. Louis Metropolitan Pandemic Task Force is cautious about one-day fluctuations. So they actually follow the dotted line on the graph. That is the 7-day moving average, which is slowly decreasing. The number of COVID patients in the hospitals are also down slightly from last week. Right now, capacity of staffed beds is at 80%. ICU beds are at 87% capacity. And while daily hospital numbers are down, doctors urge you to keep your guard up because the overall trends are alarming.
They say they can run out of hospital space any day now, and our Morgan Young has that dire warning, plus one from a woman who's been battling the virus for weeks.
It's a struggle.
To know Mary Grobe is to know that smile and cheerful spirit. But make no mistake.
It's miserable. You don't know how it's going to affect you.
She's been sick for weeks.
Sorry, I'm going on week 4 now.
The 41-year-old teacher felt minor symptoms in mid-November.
I started feeling like I had a sinus infection.
She tested positive for COVID-19, and within days, those symptoms got worse. A trip to urgent care reveals she's also fighting pneumonia. As she recovers at home, hundreds of patients in our area are fighting for their lives in task force hospitals. Right now, 894.
If we continue on our current trend, then we'll get close to our capacity around the end of the year. This doesn't factor in what we think we're going to see from Thanksgiving.
Task Force Commander Dr. Alex Garza said if the virus starts to spread faster, we could be over capacity in a week and a half.
Had you needed care at an ICU, had you needed to go in for your pneumonia, to hear that we might get to a point where patients would not be able to be treated in our hospitals. Right. What do you think about that?
It was one night I probably really should have called the ambulance to go, but the thought in my head was, well, am I sick enough to take a spot? That's kind of sad to have that thought.
Dr. Garza said he saw staff making adjustments at SSM DePaul on Monday.
It's by doubling patients up in our intensive care unit, and we're trying to shuffle beds around.
The numbers are grim.
Behind every number is a person.
A person like Mary Grobe, who's fighting a double whammy of a diagnosis and not losing any of that cheerful spirit.
A bit better today than I did last Monday, so I take that as a win.
Morgan Young, 5 on your side.
Over the weekend, Dr. Deborah Birx with the White House Coronavirus Task Force warned Americans against traveling for the upcoming holiday as we await a potential surge from Thanksgiving travel. She said we can't afford to rely on the potential for a vaccine.